Hi everybody, I'm Laura. Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to make a couple bracelets with the ladybugs that I got from Bargain Bead Box. These are the ladybugs that I got from the sister store on one of my little shopping sprees. And I'm just now getting around to making some bracelets. I made this one last night when I couldn't sleep. It's on memory wire. It is so stinking cute. And I wanted to do another one, but I only have two of these. The bigger ladybugs. These are lampwork beads. So the next one I make is just going to have the little ladybug beads and these beads from Walmart and then the seed beads. This one I'm going to make first is going to be a stretch cord. You want to make sure this is a 0.8 millimeter and you want to make sure that all your beads goes through your stretch cord ahead of time. To save time, I've kind of laid everything out the way I want it to go. And I'm actually going to start with my middle bead because that's where I'm going to put my knot, is in this middle bead. And he is the cutest little ladybug. Just so cute. So I'm putting my ladybug on, and I'm going to bead just like if I had everything already on here. And go around the circle. So I'm just going to string on. These are, I believe, I didn't put them away. They're from Hobby Lobby. They are the P.O seed beads. I got them when they had a sale. So what I'm doing is I'm loading on 4 of them. And I'm not worried about, them being the same size. I do want to give it just a little bit of blast of color to break up the red. Oh, if I can get my fingers to work this morning. So before I put this red bead on, which came from Walmart, the 98 cents or something packs, I'm going to put on one of these that came in I believe the May, or might have been no, it came in the April bag. It's the little spacer, corrugated spacer. And then I'm going to add one of these beads that came from Walmart. They're kind of pretty. They have like the red and black kind of swirl look to them. And then I'm adding, in this one I'm just going to add 3 spacers before I used 4. If I can get them on because my fingers are shaky. And then I want my ladybugs to face the big bead, my little ladybugs. So I have my little ladybug facing the big bead. And then I'm just going to do 2 of the seed beads. Oops. Go on there. One of these red and black swirled beads from Walmart. 2 seed beads. A ladybug facing that. I think they're so cute. 2 seed beads. back to the red and black. Sometimes they just don't want to go on. And you have to, there we go. Ladybug. And 2 more seed beads. Whoops, I'm dropping them. And then this red and black, which would be, if I was doing a regular bracelet, this would be the back middle. So this is where, in order to make sure that my ladybugs are always facing towards my big ladybug, I start turning my ladybugs the opposite way. So where he's facing this way, now I want them facing that way. So we're going to come over here. I guess it really doesn't matter. Yes, it does matter. 2 seed beads. And the ladybug is going to face away, because now he's going to, when I get done, he'll be facing the center of the bracelet. I'm going to complete this and I'll bring you right back. Find my pause button on this phone. Okay, so I've got this all on here, and I did take 1 seed bead off from each end here, and I've kind of give it extra stretches. You always want to stretch your elastic so that it doesn't overstretch over time and become too loose. So I'm simply going to do 1 knot, and then because this is a thicker stretch cord, and then 2 knots, and then give it a 3rd knot. And as you can see, it's already going up inside of the bead. So I'm going to have no problem hiding that up in there. But before it goes up in there, I do want to put just a dash of glue on there. So I'm not going to cut this. I will put the glue on there and then slide it up underneath there after the glue dries. But for right now, let's put it on. It goes on nicely, and you can see how easily that fits. It looks so cute. I love how this turned out. Ignore my little strings. And now we'll go on to bracelet number 2. I love that. I'm actually kind of not wanting to sell it now. I am going to get out some more of the red seed beads. A good sized pile of them, because I'm going to go through quite a few. Get them over there where they're not going to fall on the floor, because I'll never get them out of the carpet. Oops, we have a runaway. And then I want not too many, but some of the black seed beads. And the black ones are 12-ohs, a little smaller than I really would like to use, but it is what it is. And then I have some memory wire. This is the bracelet size. And I'm going to use, you can see it here, see where it falls. I'm going to go just, there's the end of it. I'm going to go about here. That gives me plenty of room to wrap loops on the end. And you do not want to use your regular cutters, because memory wire is it's steel. I can't remember now, the words are evading me, but it'll destroy your regular cutters. Make sure you cut the right one, because otherwise you'll cut this short and then, you know, anyways. And I am not using my good pliers for this because it'll destroy it. I am going to roll a loop towards the outside, and you want to make sure this loop comes all the way closed. And I want just a tiny little loop. Okay. Now I want it all the way shut so it can actually roll on itself just a little bit. If I can get it to do it. Memory wire is sometimes very difficult to work with, and I'm going to use the flat part of these to kind of smush so that it's straight across from itself, just like that. And this end I'm not doing anything with. Now on this one I had this really big lampwork guy here to work with, and I don't have that for this one. So we're going to be using just these beads from Walmart. Get several of them out, and the little ladybugs that came from Bead Box. Bead Box Bargain's a sister store. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to not worry about a pattern. I'm going to put on, you know, I think I'm going to start now. Let's start with the little ones. Let's say I'll put on something easy like 4 of these and 2 of the black ones. Like that. And then 4 more red ones. Because this is usually down around the bottom of your wrist, so really people, he's trying to get away, don't see this. And then we're going to put a ladybug on. And I want him facing so he's climbing up towards the top of the bracelet. And then I'm going to do, let's do 2. Well, let's do 3 in 1. My fingers today just are not working. And then 3. You know, maybe I won't use the big ones on this. Let's see. How far does that take me? You know what? I'm not going to use the big ones on this. I'm just going to use ladybugs. So let's go ahead and put him facing like he's climbing towards the top again, just like that. And 1, 2, 3, 1 more black, 3 more red, 1, oops, 2, 3, and that takes me about a third of the way around. So let's do a ladybug, and let's do 3 red, 1, 2, 3. Let's see if we're at the halfway mark yet. Because this will be the loop. Take about that much. So not, well, yeah, by the time we make a focal. So let's put 2 black ones. A ladybug, again, like she's climbing up. Oh, I put her on backwards. Turn her around. That puts it almost to the middle. Now we're going to put, let's put a couple black. 1, 2, a couple of red. 1, 2, whoops, that's black. Getting back off. A couple of black. And let's put a ladybug facing that way. So she's climbing towards the center. And now we're going to repeat what we did. So we're going to put on 2 black. Come on, I know you have a hole. And then we had 3 red. So 1, 2. It's easy to see the holes in the red because they kind of have like white in the center. And then we're going to have a ladybug again facing towards the center of the bracelet. So far it looks like this. And then I'm just going to complete this pattern, and I'll be right back. Okay, so I have gone completely around this, and as you can see, I have my center, which is this here. I have these 2 ladybugs, then I come out to these 2 ladybugs, these 2 ladybugs, and then these 2 ladybugs. And everything is exact. I want to make sure I push everything so that it's down, but yet the ladybugs move freely. And I have maybe a little more than I really need to roll. So I'm going to take that extra off, because if you have too much, your loop is going to be too big. If you have too little, your loop is going to be too small. It's kind of can be hard. So I cut a little extra off. I'm going to roll a loop, and it can be fiddly when you're at this point, and that is still way too much. So I think I'm going to go ahead and cut a little more off. Just that piece that I just bent, I'm going to cut that off. Get all the way to the end, start my loop, and roll it. Now, as you can tell, these are my really old pliers. And it comes right up. And of course, these are glass, so you want to make sure. You see how I just barely missed my bead right there? And that's what you want. You want it to come just the edge of your bead. so that you're not cracking it, but you're not letting your bead get in there. Now I'm going to make a couple loops, but I don't think, are they both silver? No, I only have one silver one out. Oh, that's not even, actually, let me grab a couple of them. I'll be right back. Okay, I have a couple of head pins, and one of them is going to have a ladybug on it. So I think the ladybug will probably slide right through that head pin. I'm pretty sure. Oh, actually, no, she don't. But I don't like just having her on there with that silver, so I think we'll put a little red bead, put the ladybug against it, facing up like she's going to climb onto it, and then put another little red bead, just like that. And this is going to be one dangle. I'm just going to do a 90-degree bend. I'm going to use my, did I bring my regular cutters in? I sure did. Okay. I was working on a project in the kitchen also, so I'm going to cut the majority of this off because I'm going to make a simple loop. Cut that off. Get my good needle nose pliers, and I'm going to roll a very simple loop, just like that. And then make sure that they're where I want them to be. Let me get a hold of it. These beads are so hard to handle when it's just a tiny little loop like that and a little bitty component. I'm going to swing this open. I'm going to fasten it to the bracelet and then swing it back shut, just like you would a jump ring. I'm going to make sure that it is tight. I'm going to give it a little smush smush because it is open, and get it to hold still. Get my bead out of the way. And just kind of, if I can get my pliers in there, I'll give it a little twist. Get my bead down. And there we have it. Now we're going to do, the other one is just going to be a couple of red. Try and just pick them up here. A black one. And a couple more red. Just like that. Again, bend. Cut off the extra. And roll a very simple tiny loop. Well, yeah, I'm going to go ahead and roll it closed. I may have made this one a little too short. We'll see. Of course, it doesn't want to hold still in my hand. My grip today is really not the best. Before I close that, I'm going to put this on here. Hold still. Okay, I'll go ahead and swing it open. Put it on. And then swing it shut. It wasn't open far enough. And my bead wants to get up in there because my fingers aren't holding it shut. Or holding it down very well. making sure that it's shut all the way, making it look nice and straight and pretty, and it looks good. So there we have it. There is that bracelet, and I'll bring you back in just a second. Okay, so I have my bracelet that has the knot, and I'm holding it like that, and I'm simply going to grab my scissors, and I'm going to, well, let me put the glue on first because my hands are not working the best. I'm just going to add just a dab of glue. I don't know, do I have glue even on that? It doesn't look it. I'm going to add a dab of glue to that knot. Now it feels like I have glue on there. And I can see it. Okay. And I'm going to go ahead and cut just up above that knot. And then I'm going to pull these back, and I'm going to slide that knot right up inside of my ladybug. Just like that. And I will let the ladybug dry, and I'll bring you guys back in just 2 seconds. Okay, everybody, I'm back, and not everything I made in the last couple days is making it into a video. And that's because I just have so much to get done in a hurry, because I have glue stuck to my mat. Because I do have a vendor event Saturday, if it doesn't rain us out. If it does rain us out, I don't know what we're going to do. It just is what it is. So the first bracelet I made last night. It is on memory wire. If you don't know what Bargain Bead Box is, because this and the little ones, ladybugs, came from Bargain Bead Box. Bargain Bead Box is a monthly subscription service. It is $19.49 shipped to your door, and it's filled with all kinds of beads, such as this bag that I'm still working on. And I've made so much jewelry with that. And I have a $2 coupon code that you can use in the sister store. Or $2 coupon code that will save you on your first month subscription, and it is Dragonfly2, all capital letters with the number 2, that you use at checkout. And then once you join Bargain Bead Box, like immediately, you get your welcome email, and then that email you will have a coupon code where you can start saving 30% off in the sister store, Bead Box Bargains. And I gotta tell you guys, their items are so inexpensive, and to begin with, and then you get 30% off. So I also made this on memory wire. We just watched this being made. It is so darn stinking cute. I love it. And then this is a stretch bracelet. I'm not going to stretch too much because I just glued the knot. And as you can see, it's not glued to the lampwork ladybug. So there's that. 3 bracelets. These will go on, well, the ones with the lampwork, these beads were a little more expensive. But, you know, these are all quick sell bracelets, and that's something you need when you set up at vendor events. Something that people could pick up for $5, $6, $7. So, everybody, thank you so much for hanging out with me. I love y'all, and I'll talk to all of you guys down in the comments below. Bye, everybody.